Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel, and another welcome back to one of my wildlife videos. Now, it's a gorgeous evening down here at RSPB Nene Washes. I was supposed to be in RSPB Snetcham today. I wanted to do some seabirds, coastal birds and stuff, but yeah, those plans did not go to plan, ironically. So I came down here anyway, and I wanted to try and find some birds to photograph, to be honest with you. I'm not actually fussy. And you might be able to see just down there, the swan, who I've been taking some pictures of now. One of the things I love about being out in places like this is generally the stillness and the quiet. Interrupted only by me talking to you guys, but the sound of the birds and stuff is fantastic. Now, what I wanted to talk about today was how I actually utilise the crop function on my A7rIV when photographing wildlife. Now, it's something I've already used so far today, but we'll come back and talk about that in a bit more detail in one moment. I'm going to carry on. I'm going to see if I can actually get some more pictures of some birds. So other than those swans and a few moorhens, the only other birds I've seen down here is a heron. But as soon as I got anywhere within distance of actually maybe getting a picture of him, he flew off twice. I don't think any of the pictures came out decent when I was trying to photograph him flying. Unfortunately, he was flying away from me as well, so I got his backside rather than his good side. So I'm still walking down here, just having a wander. You can tell I've got the sniffles. It is freezing cold today. I mean, it is the 30th of November and it seems like winter has finally descended on us, but look at that orange glow on my face. It does actually look like that as well. It's gorgeous down here. Just look at that. Yeah, I can see me coming down here quite a few times, to be honest with you. Especially if I can get, just to get some practice in with my bird photography, to be honest with you. I say it's not too far away from me, fairly easy to get to. And, yeah, obviously we are in winter as well, so it tends to be less birds and stuff down here. Now, it isn't just water birds as well. You can see just over there, got those trees, and I'm guessing that's probably where the owls can be found. But yeah, I've seen, when I got out of the car as well, I saw one guy just coming back to the car with his camera, and just when I was taking pictures of that swan, I saw another guy down here as well with his. Anyway, let's touch on this whole crop factor. Now, I know in-camera cropping, it's a bit of a pain. Now, with the 5DS, if you shot in RAW and used the crop function, it still took the full-sized RAW image, but just projected the field of view that you could see through your lens at the time. Now, with the A7R4, it doesn't do that. It actually crops the images down. Now, it's not a true crop on a camera. It is just the field of view, but at 600mm, it does give you a field of view of 900mm. Now, you could just say, why don't you crop in post-processing? You know, take the whole image, don't risk cropping the bird out and stuff. Now, There are a couple of reasons to do it in camera. First of all, framing purposes. Now, like when I was photographing the swan on the water, it was easier to use that. Also means that your proximity as well to the bird might be better. So yeah, framing is one of the main points. The other point as well is when you use it, there's that, oh, I don't know what bird that is, big old thing. Yeah, when you're using the crop factor with the effective field of view, it actually enables the camera to get better accuracy when using the eye autofocus. Now, I'm actually struggling getting my eye autofocus to lock on. I have got it set right, I have triple checked, but I will say that is one downside about the A7R4, but yeah, it is what it is. Now, for some cameras with smaller sensors than the A7R4, which I believe is, if I remember rightly, is 60 odd megapixel, which is just insane. When you use the crop function, it still gives you a really large image, because while it's not using the full megapixels of the sensor, it is using a large portion of them. And yeah, if I had something like a 20 megapixel camera, I'd be less inclined to use it. Now, the better I get at wildlife photography, the less I will probably use it. It's all about working on your approach to the wildlife, getting closer to get the better shots. Now, we'll talk about that again in a moment, because it is reflective of the utilising the crop function in the camera, but I'm going to stop disturbing the wildlife and actually see if I can creep up on any more birds. There's a young juvenile swan down here, so yeah, I'll see if I can actually get some pictures of that, although the sun is now dipping down behind this bank behind me, and it's no longer on the water. So what I might do is I might start heading back and see if I can see anything in those trees just over there. Okay, so I'm back at these trees now, and you can see that gorgeous evening light that is bathing the whole area. But you might be able to see there's almost like a line coming up the trunks. That's obviously as that the sun is going down behind that bank. So I don't know how much longer I'm going to have light on these trees for, so I'm just going to stay here for the moment. Now, back to the whole cropping in camera field of view thing. Now, hopefully, the more experienced I become at wildlife photography, the less I will have to utilise it. And the reason being is that I will learn to encroach closer to the animals. Is that the right word? Encroach closer? You know what I mean. Now, in a situation like this, even if I was a lot more experienced with my wildlife photography, there is no way I can get to the other side of that riverbank to get closer to those trees. It is actually off limits. Now, in a situation like that where it's not physically possible, that is when I would also utilise the crop factor in here, essentially giving myself a field of view of 900mm on the 150 to 600, or maximum field of view, I should say. So yeah, more experienced wildlife photographers tend to use things like 300, 400mm prime lenses. Hopefully one day I'll get to their standard, because I really love coming out and doing stuff like this alongside my landscape photography. Now, I've been quite fortunate with everything that I've photographed wildlife-wise, from my squirrels, the red squirrels, Bempton Cliffs. But this one is my first time that it's totally wild, if that makes sense. Where this is literally just nature. Now, obviously, I'll go out in nature a lot doing landscape photography, but not to actually shoot wildlife. So it's quite interesting to see the proximity that you can actually get to the animals. Someone did a really good video. Is it Paul Miguel? Wildlife photographer? And he commented on someone else who'd commented of this. And it's a circle of fear. What a brilliant thing. Basically, it's how close you can get to an animal without spooking it. Really interesting fact, and I'll probably come back to that on another video once I've studied it a bit further. But yeah, it's one of those situations where you kind of go, yeah, that's nail right on the head, that is. So anyway, I'm rambling now. What I'm going to do is I'm going to stay here until the light diminishes on these trees. You can see it's actually starting to fade now, possibly because there's some cloud coverage over there. I don't know what that bird call is. It's not one I recognise. Yeah, and I will actually see if I can get anything in these trees before I lose all light. So yeah, let's stick with us and get back to the photography. So if you can't hear that, there is what sounds like a bloody fighter jet that's just started circling over where I am, which keeps kicking up all the birds and stuff. But as you can see from the trees behind me, the light is now gone. What a gorgeous spot though. I'm definitely coming back to practice more wildlife photography and stuff. I was trying to stalk a small bird that was bouncing along in the reeds, but I just couldn't keep up with it. So yeah, that's definitely something that needs practice. So yeah, I'm walking back to the car now. Other than a couple of pictures of swans and probably some blurry images of a heron flying, I've yeah, not really captured much today, but never mind, it's why we do it. It's good fun. So yeah, if I do see any more shots, obviously I am still on the hunt. I've got a little while yet, although light is diminished. You never know what you might see. But yeah, I'm going to sign out. Yeah, from the gorgeous RSPB Nene Washes. Don't know if you can still hear the crows and stuff. That plane seems to have sodded off now. But yeah, I'll sign out. Let me just put the camera down. Oh. Right, obviously, if you like this video and you like the little topic about me utilising the crop factor in the A7R IV to try and get closer to the birds, give us the old thumbs up. Drop some subscribes down the bottom as well, because obviously we've got more landscape photography, more wildlife photography. I did think about separating the channels, but because of the wildlife photography technically only being a bit of a, not a filler, because it's something I want to build on and stuff, but I don't have time to focus on both areas, I will keep it on this one channel. So landscape photographers, wildlife photographers, subscribe, because there's more coming from both aspects of it. And yeah, this is Mike out. Take care and be safe, everyone. Peace.